Yeah, it goes everybody because they will be playing a game called Pretty. This is the game that I've been talking about when I was playing the Waters Above Prelude, a game that I had to enjoy a game. It's so terrible. The writing is unbelievably terrible. Even though it's a demo is supposed to captivate. It's supposed to immediately take your interest. But holy crap. I don't know. People tend to I don't know why people like that. It's terrible. The writing is absolutely garbage. While on the other hand, this is the game that I really really like. Even though why is it called Pretty? But it's so dumb. But the dialogue is not wasted at all. And like every fucking dialogue is like it has meaning. It actually has purpose. Unlike in fucking Waters Prelude, it's just what people just expect you to know this shit. I'm like, what? Am I supposed to read about something? Am I missing something? While on the other hand, Pretty here, it's just, oh my god. So, this is a title screen. It has like, I'm excited to talk about this game. It has like a bench, a park. So, we start at a park and I'm like, okay, that's so weird. But, spoiler, in the end, it goes back to the beginning of the park and I'm like, oh my god, it went all full circle. It's so fucking unbelievably amazing. So yeah, let's start. Pretty. I love this game. Oh, it became dark. Next. Where are they? I race towards the tree line. Freezing in my tracks, I spot them. I'm too late. The creature laughs loudly as it takes a bite. I can't watch this. There's so much blood. Uh-oh. I should have paid more attention. I could have done something. I could have stopped this. Yeah, I'm like, wait, what? Not Zap Apple Project presents. Immediately, the game's like, hey, last minute challenge. It's unbelievable, fucking amazing. How the hell did you do it? You amazing writer, you. Pretty. So like, in the beginning, you're like, hey, what's happening? What do you mean you could have stopped this? Who's all bloody? What is this creature? Already you're like, what? What is this? It immediately captured my interest. So we begin with this. The bell rings loudly in my ear. Where am I? Oh, I must have dozed off. I stretch. Math has always been boring, but sometimes a teacher can just drone on forever. What's the point of giving a lecture on pre-calc anyway? Yeah. I let out an intentionally loud yawn. A stifled giggle floats from across the room. Ah, she's so pretty, look at that. I'd recognize that laugh anywhere. Tomo, I've known her since we were freshmen. She's been my friend since we started high school. We don't have much in common, but for some reason, we really click. It's lucky for me, I don't make friends well. Lately, we've been spending a lot of time together, so remember, we don't have, but for some reason, we really click. Yeah, she's been her friend since high school. Wonder why. We're spending a lot of time together, more than usual since the beginning of our last semester. I guess it all falls into place when your schedules are exactly the same. As a matter of fact, we have the next class together too. And then look at her face. She's like, what? And then, hey you. She's immediately like trying to take Tomo's spotlight or something. She look at that. She looks like she stole. This person just fucking stole Tomo's spot. Just like that. And we see Tomo's face like, wait, what? What is happening? Ah, my god. And it's like a visual foreshadowing that this girl is gonna steal Tomo's spot a lot. I'm like, wait, what? How did I not see this before? This is fucking unbelievable. Even though it's so simple, and yet the visual is foreshadowing what was happening in the game. I'm like, god damn, that's brilliant. My view is suddenly obstructed. I look up and recognize her face, but a name doesn't immediately come to mind. She's one of the popular girls on campus, definitely not on my level of social class. Why is she talking to me? Great question. She looks excited. Hey, you okay there? She drops her books on my desk to capture my attention. Yeah, I'm fine. Can I ask you a question? You already did. She taps her fingers together and looks me in the eye. You're into that paranormal stuff, right? Like ghosts and zombies and all that? I nod slowly. Last week I brought one of my Hunter magazines to class. Hunter as in Ghost Hunter. It fell out of my bag in class and I've gotten hell for it ever since. It's not like I'm addicted to the stuff, I just dabble. But I suppose if someone like her wants to talk about it, I wouldn't mind so much. Oh, I can't believe I've forgotten your name. I wonder if she knew it in the first place. She sighs and pokes her cheek. Oh well, I didn't expect her to know it anyway. It's, Clef here. It's Clef. Right, Clef, I won't forget it. And you're Kirei, right? Most everyone in school knows it. She nods and reaches her hand out to me. What is this girl even after? My vote for class president? No, that wouldn't make sense. You only got a few months of school left. As I grab her hand to shake, she squeezes mine and giggles. So, have you heard about the recent vampire sightings? Ooh, vampires, so maybe that was a creature from the beginning. It always makes you think, wait, maybe, I wonder. Vampires, huh? Never really piqued my interest. Of course, typical for a girl to be interested in vampires. Probably some skewed fantasy of romance and drama. But of course, I've heard of the sightings. I read what did it say? The news. I saw it on the news. Yeah, I read it in a magazine, suppose. Smooth Clef, just show her how much of a dork you are. Blog, really? They were talking about how there had been strange sightings in the area before the murders. Bats in strange shadows, shady figures and pale skin. And the victims. Isn't that just fascinating? Who is this girl again? Little Miss Popular Kirei? Loved and adored by the entire student body Kirei? I guess even the normal ones have their dark secrets. And I guess it's pretty cool that it's coming from Kirei. Most girls like her would never give me the time of day. Do you want to hang out with me after class today? I've got something I'd like to show you. Show me what? Is this even happening right now? I've seen her around almost all year, but she's actually talking to me. I've got nothing else to do today. God damn it, should have gone with, oh, I'd love to, Kirei. What is wrong with me? Great, text me after school lets out. She grins softly and slides me a sheet of paper. A phone number. Girl number. Sure thing. I fold the paper. So what was that about, Clef? I stand up to meet Toma and sling my backpack around my shoulder as we both walk out of the classroom on our way to the next period. So it's established that Kirei wants one thing from us, and that is to know more about the vampires and all that stuff, because there have been sightings and murders. Yeah. And now we have Tomo. Stand up to meet with Tomo and sling my backpack around my shoulder as we both walk out of the classroom on our way to the next period. You know that girl, Kirei? What would Little Miss Popular want with you? Hey. I nudged Tomo with my elbow. You can see how they're both comfortable with each other. They don't have to be so formal or something. I nudged Tomo with my elbow. What wouldn't a pretty girl like that want with me? No idea, but she gave me her phone number. Look at that. I smiled as I type it into my phone contacts. I don't know about this, Clef. What's not to get? A girl gave me her phone number. Yeah, it is really suspicious. Isn't that a little, odd? Yeah. I take offense to that if she wasn't entirely right. Yeah, you can't just expect me to know that, there's something normal about this. No, there isn't. There isn't at all. But who knows, it could be my lucky day. I mean, yeah, she seems nice, but what do you think she's after? She said she's interested in the recent vampire sightings, unlike some people I know. Tomo sighs. I don't really know much about vampires, but they seem interesting enough. It's not like I've seen a vampire movie, I just don't spend my free time reading about them. If someone like that's interested though, I may as well take a look, right? Just watch your back, okay? What if she's a vampire? Ooh. Look at that, maybe she's a vampire, maybe it's someone else. Sure, and I'm the Pope. Hey now, you never know. She's only been here for a year. How do you think she could have become so popular so fast? By not having a super abrasive personality? Hey! Tomo giggles a bit. Hell, if I ever met a vampire that pretty, maybe I wouldn't mind her taking a bite out of me. Hey, foreshadowing again. I love this. The dialogue actually goes somewhere, unlike a lot of visual novels I play that just drags on for fucking ever. Another sigh. Typical. I smirk. Tomo hates it when I talk about girls. Oh, you know why, right? Do you even know what it's like to be bitten? Oh, why do you know? Wait, what if she's the vampire? God damn it, there's so many hints and clues that are given to us. There's being slapped on her face. I haven't met a vampire, so no. I meant in general, dummy. Still a no. Why? Do you want to bite me? Don't tempt me. Oh, another foreshadowing. Oh my god. Fuck this game, I love it. The dialogue is fucking... So I'm guessing we're not hanging out after class today. Even though it's so playful, there's also lots of foreshadowing. Lots of things that just... it's just unbelievable, this game. I love it. So I'm guessing we're not hanging out after class today. That is a yeah. I'm not sure. I mean, Kirei just gave me her number. Maybe it won't be such a big deal though. I'll see what she wants and then call you to let you know if I'm free. ... She doesn't look too thrilled. Dude, you dense asshole. Hey now, we'll hang out tomorrow. Promise. We'd better. God, lucky guy. There we are. I'll just send Kirei a text. I scroll through my contacts. It doesn't take long. I only have 4 people in my phone. Well, that's sad. Wait, maybe there's a reason why he only has 4 people. Is because it's easy to pick the victim when the victim doesn't know many people. You know? I'm like, wait, that's brilliant. Oh my god. Hey, where do you want to meet? I pack up my belongings. Suddenly, I'm feeling a bit of panic. What if this is all some sort of sick joke? Yeah, remember that Carrie movie? Oof. What if she... Meet you at the park entrance? Uh-oh, park entrance? Well, I guess I've already dug myself a hole. My reputation can't possibly get any worse. Despite what Tom had to say, I'm going along with this. Next up, the park Kirei was talking about is Circle Park, even though it's just square. Hey, look, it's the same as a title screen. I'm like, yeah! It's on the way back home. On the way to a lot of things, actually. Like the name implies, it's smack in the middle of town, and despite being called a park, it's actually huge. A forested area with a ton of hiking trails and some clearings here and there where the park features are. But if you want to get across town on foot, the fastest way from point A to point B is through Park C. I used to play here as a kid, but now I just pass through it on my way to school. Kirei's waiting for me at the gate. There she is. She waves and walks to meet me. Hello, Clef. Thanks for meeting up with me. Hi. It's no trouble. I look around. I'm still expecting the hidden camera crew to jump out at any moment. Well then, shall we? I nod and stand up and walk by her side. So far, so good. She hadn't shown signs of cold feet, and it doesn't look like I'm gonna get tired or fettered. I'm walking home with one of the most popular girls in school, and she's actually talking to me. There is always a catch with these kinds of things. You know it in the back of your head. We walk around for a while, and the background goes dark. She tells me about her family came to town from a larger city. If I'm being honest, I don't really hear much of what she's saying. Her voice is kind of mesmerizing in that cartoon princess sing-song kind of way. And I'm fortunate enough for my parents to be paying rent. I can't believe she invited me over. I'm sorry if my place is a mess. I've been just very busy lately. She fiddles with her keys as she pushes the door open with her body. Her apartment isn't even dirty. Well, at least not compared to my room. Quiet colored walls, basic furnishings, a spot of trash here and there but otherwise immaculate. Make yourself at home. Need anything to drink? Wink wink. Drink because vampires? Wink wink. No thanks. Are you sure? Kirei walks over to her fridge and opens it, revealing a wonderful array of drinks and food. I raise my hand to decline, but... wow. She's really lucky if she gets to live on her own like this. I'd have to wait until college before I get to live by myself. She takes the juice for herself and crashes onto her couch in the corner of the room. And your parents pay for all of this? They have been for the past year now. Doesn't it get lonely? Ooh, another foreshadowing, lonely. Kinda, but that's why I appreciate having company over. And my parents do visit on occasion. But they're currently out of the country on a business trip. Business trip. I look at the view of the town from the window. This is a really nice apartment. Her parents must be rich. So, since you're the expert here, what do you know about vampires? Expert? Me? They drink blood, right? I move closer to the couch and sit down next to her, setting my backpack near my feet. Come on, Clef, even I knew that. What does she want to hear? A Transylvanian accent? They're super strong and cunning. Sharp teeth, a weakness to garlic and silver, and a common practice of killing them was driving a stake through their heart. Whoa. Carrie almost has this strange smile on her face. Tomo was never really interested in the violent details. I'm actually a bit excited I've got someone to talk to about this stuff. Alright, I've got something to show you. Carrie flips through an open book on top of her coffee table. It says here, humans unwittingly interact with vampires on a daily basis. Uh-oh, you. Maybe we're doing it right now. Oh god, this game is so brilliant. Hiding in plain sight is a classic vampire MO. The finest trick of the devil is to persuade you he doesn't exist. So, you could be friends with a vampire and you wouldn't even know it. Oh my god. What if she's the vampire that we've been looking for? But then again, she is drinking juice, so do you think a vampire would just drink juice and not blood? So maybe she's not the vampire, but then again, god, it makes you think a lot. I love it. I shake my head. Doubt it. I don't have too many friends to begin with. Oh my god, you're just making yourself the target. You're like shouting, hey everybody, I don't have many friends, so like if I go on missing, nobody would know. Kirei stifles a laugh. Why would a vampire want to be friends with a human anyway? Ooh, now that's a good question. We're so boring. We're not as strong or as fast as them. Wouldn't it make sense for them to just be after our blood? Kirei shrugs and tilts her head. Vampires are people too, right? Good point. I'd be lonely too if I were to kill a quarter of the people I've met. Ooh, here we go again. Remember when she said, I was lonely, and now you'd be like, I'm so lonely. I'm like, yes. The connection is all getting connected in my head. Like, connect the dots here and there, and you're like, wait, maybe she's a lonely vampire or something. When you put it that way, I guess a vampire would need a support group. Hey, this line is gonna be used later in the game. I'm like, oh wait, you just did it again. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm really excited that the dialogue here actually makes sense and has meaning and purpose, unlike the other visual novels that I played. Talk about Hemo Helix Anonymous. Hello, my name is Dracula and I'm a hemoholic. Kirei looks at me confused. Oh man, that was stupid. Kirei giggles softly. Hopefully that wasn't a pity laugh. My self-confidence is already shot as it is. Do you think humans would consciously befriend vampires? Ooh. You'd think the answer would be no. It's not? No, I meant having a vampire friend could have its perks. She's like saying, hey, it's okay to have friends with a vampire, right? Because I'm lonely. What? But then again, maybe she's not a vampire. I'm just saying, from a perspective of a lonely vampire. I'm like, yes. Oh my god. I mean, having a vampire friend would have its perks. It's like being friends with a superhero or a police officer. Except superheroes and police officers wouldn't suck your blood. Neither would a good friend, right? Yeah, it's like she's like trying to make the main character open-minded to the fact that maybe it's okay to have a vampire friend. Maybe someone would accept her if she ever was a vampire, right? It's so good. I'm like, wait, so she wants to make peace if she is the vampire. But then again, we saw her drinking juice. Not if they were the two last living things on Earth. People do extraordinary things in extraordinary circumstances. And I don't think I'd put friendship in front of survival. Then again, like I said, I don't have too many friends to begin with. Well, better to have them as a friend than an enemy, I suppose. So he shot her down and said, what if we were the last two living things on Earth? She's not gonna be our friend. And she's like, well, it's better to have them as a friend than an enemy, I suppose. We shot her down and she's like, come on, dude. Kirei pulls out a short stack of newspapers and magazines. I spent the majority of the early afternoon reading what she had to offer. And then again, she was like going to school and the sun is out. So, You know, vampires are afraid of the sun, right? Not that afraid, but they're gonna melt or something. I spent the majority of the early afternoon reading what she had to offer. Historic occurrences of vampirism, a tuft of police and medical reports describing incidents of mutilated victims, and of course the good handfuls of phony magazine articles. Vampire wins local chess tournament by mind reading. Credible or not, I still had a pretty good time. Cray yawns and stretches. Wow, it's getting pretty late. Is that my cue to leave? Oh no, you don't have to. I check my watch. It's probably about time I'd get home. I'm pretty sure math homework isn't going to do itself. I stand up and pick my backpack up from the floor. Oh, and Clef? Can I ask you a question? Just one last exchange before you have to go? I turn around to hear her out. Yeah, what is it? Why did you decide to come with me today? What kind of question is that? Is it because you think I'm pretty or popular? Oh, because you didn't think I'd be into these sorts of things? Of course you're super pretty and popular. But that can't be the only reason, right? Think, Clef. No, it's not that. I don't have too many people to talk about this stuff. Hell, I don't have too many people to talk to at all. It's just, a lot of people know who I am. But you're one of the few who has actually taken the time to get to know me. Yeah, that is a weird feeling. Like, people know of you, but they don't really know you. Aside from the name and the face and the ideal that they put on their head of who you are or something. I'm like, yeah. You think a girl as popular as her would have tons of friends. Turns out she's just as lonely as the rest of us. Kirei looks at me and smiles. So, thank you, Clef. I'll see you out. Kirei stands up and follows behind me. I'll see you tomorrow, Clef. Stay safe. It's like a little bit of foreshadow, like, stay safe, I'm gonna hunt you down. Kirei smiles as she waves from her door. Well, she certainly had a lot to share. Never really had her pegged as someone like me. Just going through the motions with a whole different kind of person on the inside. I enter the park, quickest way home and all that. It's a bit chilly for April, but the sun sets behind the clouds as I walk. The cold air feels a bit thin to breathe. My feet hit the pavement at a rhythm unfamiliar to me. The park paths are fairly empty, but people are here nonetheless. A couple of kids in hoodies keeping to themselves. What if they're vampires? Oh man, now I'm on edge. They look up at me, but I can't quite make out their faces. I look back down to avert my eyes. When I see them pass out of my periphery, I look back to find the path out to my street. Oh, it's getting darker. God, the simplicity of it all is fucking amazing. The sun tips over the horizon. As I pull my head up, I see some dark form in the distance. A shadow. It stands there, almost flickering. Hey, isn't this the same shadow we saw in the very beginning? Oh my god. Blowing in the wind, stealing my breath. I rub my eyes and the silhouette is gone. I look around and pick up the pace, anxious to get home. My footsteps quicken as I hold my backpack tighter to my person. That shadow. Whatever the hell that was. Probably nothing, right? It's just been a long day. Probably my eyes just playing tricks on me. My heart's beating fast. I'm not sure if it was just from me walking faster or if I'm actually scared. At least I'm home now. I unlock the door and slide inside. I flip a couple of lights on and make my way to the living room. Surprisingly, my parents aren't home yet. I check the clock. Oh, I thought it was a lot later on in the day. I jump to my bed and close my eyes. What was that shadow from earlier? Yeah, it was the same shadow from the very beginning. Was it the vampire? Yeah, my phone caught me completely off guard. I fumble around my pocket. It's Tomo. Hello? Clef, hi. Hearing her voice even through a static filter of the phone is comforting for some reason. I hear her let out a heavy sigh. Need something? No, nothing. I just wanted to talk. Ah, that's cute. You actually miss me. And there's Tomo's signature scarf. Yeah, I just got home from Kirei's house. Oh yeah? How was that? She's, how do I put this? More interested in vampires than I am. I hear Tomo lightly giggle. Didn't even think that'd be possible. I sigh. Tomboy for the win. Hey, I'm not that bad, am I? You're the only one I know who visits the websites you do. That's because I'm probably her only friend. Clef, are you still there? Well, oh yeah, I'm still here. Something on your mind? Yeah, that unnerving dark visage. The splotch of black. I saw something today. You did? Like what? I don't know what it was. Some shadowy looking thing. Like a dark blur. Toma goes quiet for a bit. Her tone becomes a bit more solemn. Seriously? No joke. It was just standing there for a split second. Then it disappeared. I froze up when I saw it. You're okay though, right? Yeah, just a bit startled, maybe. I hear her sigh again. Well, I'm glad you're okay. Just remember to do your homework. Yeah, totally not doing that. Yeah, whatever. See you tomorrow. Yeah, of course. I've been feeling a little preoccupied about the shadow since I got home. Couldn't really enjoy dinner. Don't think I plan to tell my parents. They get way too excited about the Curie news. So I decided to stay quiet about the whole issue. I laid in my bed thinking about that shadow I saw earlier. If I tried to shut my eyes, they'd snap right back open. It was just too dark. All I see are shadows. Sleep isn't coming easy tonight. I reached for my nightstand. Let's see what the internet has to say. Ah, bright. Yeah, same. I rubbed my eyes vigorously. Is that 4chan? No, I don't think so. Crap, I forgot to do my homework. Only a couple more months before I don't have to come back here. Wink, wink. I walk up the stairs and through the open door. I didn't recognize her from behind, but I passed by Curie. She spots me. Oh, good morning, Clef. How are you doing today? She's awfully chipper. Can't complain. Couldn't sleep much last night, but that's nothing special. I yawned to cement my point. What are you doing for lunch today? Not much, I guess. Would you like to have lunch with me? We could read up on more vampire things if you'd like. I found a couple new books in the school library this morning. The library? Does anyone even go there anymore? Well, I guess it's bound to have something I haven't seen before. I sincerely doubt it. I shoot her a sour look. She playfully taps me on the head. But how about it? I shrugged. Can't hurt, could it? I might learn something new. Sure, who do you think, fellas? At this point in time, who do you think is the vampire? Her or someone else? Leave your comments now, or something. Sure. Great, I usually have lunch in Miss Coe's classroom. It's nice and quiet, perfect for reading. Alright. I'll see you then. Curie smiles and walks off to her class. Speaking of class, I enter the room and spot Tomo. She waves lazily. I take my seat next to her. Morning. You look tired. Hardly got any sleep last night. Felt like I was running around everywhere. Wait, what? She was running around even though didn't we see a shadow that was running around yesterday too? I'm like, wait, so is she a vampire? Maybe she's a vampire that we I'm like, it's just going back and forth, bouncing around ideas, clues, and hints that maybe she's the vampire. Wait a second, what if she's a vampire? I'm like, oh my god, it's all this theories formulating in my head. I'm like, god, this is brilliant. Looks like the sleepiness is contagious. The teacher sets his bag down at the front desk and lecture begins. I'm definitely not in the mood to hear about evolution right now. Evolution? That could be brilliant. A little bit of, a little bit of funny explanation on why vampires aren't affected by the sun or something. Hey, you never know. I seriously can't wait to graduate and be done with this place. Tomer can read the apathy on my face. They're both so close to each other they don't need words, they just look at each other like, yep, I know what you're thinking. I love that. Hopefully the teacher can't. I look up at him quickly. He's got his back to the class and is writing on the board. Now would be a perfect time for a nap. So dark. The surface of the desk chills my face. Why does the teacher have to talk so loud? This isn't working. I lean over to Tomo. Is class almost over yet? Not yet, but we're doing group work. Oops. Pull your weight, you bum. I smirk at her and sit up straight in my desk. So, what do you know about vampires? Tomo scoffs and shakes her head. I know they're not real. You don't know that for sure. Why are you asking me? Aren't you the vampire expert? Since when did I become an expert? I'm just wondering what you know. Are you trying to impress Kirei with some brand new facts? I shake my head. She smirks and puts down her pencil, as if someone would know something that I won't know. Aren't they allergic to garlic salt or something? Garlic, yeah. There's plenty of sources for vampire lore though. Some legends don't mention garlic. Sometimes they can turn into bats. Some stories include some weird rules about running water. Yeah, that is true. But there are a few common themes in all the legends. They drink blood and can't go out into sunlight. Sunlight? I know that's one of the legends, but come on, there's no way sunlight would take out a vampire. How do you know this? How do you mean? You think after thousands of years and modern technology, they'd figure out ways around something as simple as sunlight, wouldn't you? That actually makes sense. Wow. It's so simple, but yeah. That explains everything. Like sunblock, duh. An answer so simple you could just laugh at that. But what if it is true? And if it is true, how do you know this? Like, it's bouncing whether it's Tomo or Kirei that is the vampire. I'm like, oh, this is so brilliant. Is she even serious right now? Would that even work? How should I know? She taps me on the forehead. They're not real. She keeps saying that they're not real, but she knows a lot about this stuff. And like, oh my god, how do you know this? Tomo and I share a quiet laugh. Well, you brought it up. Well, think about it. What are they supposed to do? Stay inside all day with the curtains drawn? I shrug my shoulders. Like, how do they get their groceries? It's not like there are too many places that are open at night. Do vampires even eat regular food? I mean, they're undead, right? What does that even mean, undead? It's dumb. You can't be alive and dead. I'm sure they need their other vitamins and minerals, and their proteins and fats. Just not the garlic flavored kind. Yeah, it's so simple. I'm like, huh, god damn it. Poor vampires, they're missing out. Did Kirei manage to teach you anything new? Nothing that I couldn't have figured out on my own. Yeah, I'm sure you already know all there is to know. You probably spent all of last night researching vampires. I nod admittedly. She knows us too well. It's so adorable. She's almost right. I was thinking about that shadow. So your excuses suck. You don't deserve to be sleepy. I told you about that shadow, right? I had to figure out what that was. Doesn't matter, you spent the whole night on the internet. Slacker. And what are your reasons? I had a bad dream. Uh-oh. How is that excuse any better than mine? Aw, poor baby. I put on my most insincere sympathy face. What was it about? I can hardly remember. It felt like something was chasing me, but I was chasing something. See, the shadowy figure from the beginning, and then in the middle, and we were like, oh my god, what is that shadow? And it was like it was following us or something. Maybe she's the vampire. Why would you even dream about something like that unless you're the vampire, right? Oh my god damn. This is so brilliant. I love it. This dialogue doesn't waste its fucking dialogue. I'm like, yes, yes. So you were running a marathon? I was definitely running, that's for sure. But where I was going, I have no idea. Talking about running brings back bad memories of PE class. Yeesh. So Kirei actually let you in her apartment? Look at that face. She's like concerned but kinda sad as well. I'm like, oh, brilliant. Yeah, believe it or not. It was actually a pretty impressive place. I've known you for longer, and I don't think I'm letting you anywhere near my house. Weirdo. Tomo sticks a tongue out at me. Why is she so fucking cute? Holy shit. She actually had a lot of things to share. Books I haven't seen before. And these crazy photos and reports. Awesome stuff. What are you, in love with her? You're just hilarious. We're actually getting lunch together. Wanna join us? Oh, look at that face. The light in her eyes just disappeared. I don't know. I've got other things to do. Oh, she's so sad. She looks away nervously. Like what? You know, stuff. I've known her long enough to know that she's lying to me. Is this about Curie? Tomo looks down. You know, if you got to know her, you might actually like her. I don't hate her. It's just... Tomo lets out a frustrated sigh. What do you think she's after? Yeah. I shrug. Some excitement? A break from the normal world? Maybe she's actually interested in the stuff. Certainly seemed like it yesterday. And how exactly did yesterday go? We had a good time talking about vampires. I told you this. Are you sure she's not just playing you? I had my suspicions at first, but really? You honestly think I'm that gullible? Last I checked, you're gullible enough to believe in all of this supernatural crap. I don't believe in them. Then why do you keep spending time with Curie? Is it wrong to have an interest in vampires? Come on, you should know me better. Tomo opens her mouth like she's going to say something, but stops. I don't want to hear anything more about vampires. You know I hate that supernatural garbage, even though you were like spouting it like left and right, you sharing your knowledge and stuff. It makes me sick. He stands up and moves to another table. Damn. Tomo stayed relatively quiet for the rest of classes. If I had to talk to her, I stayed away from the topics of Curie or monsters. It's lunchtime. That was a little more awkward than it should have been. I wonder what's got into her. You fucking dense asshole. At least morning classes are over. Tomo's still mad, it looks like. Hey. I'll see you later. Yeah. She's so sad. Can't blame someone for not wanting to come along. What I've learned one thing in high school is that not everyone's a fan of this kind of stuff. Fortunately, I know someone that is. Then I'm pretty sure Curie's class is right down the hall. Passed by a handful of people on their way out of the door. Room 112. I think this is it. Yep. And there's Curie, sitting at her desk eating an apple. She waves me over to her. She's got a book open on her desk. Hey, you! She smiles at me as I sit down across from her. What are you reading? A vampire novel? Not with a sparkly... Curie laughs a bit. Of course not. This one's pretty grisly. What, vampires tearing humans apart? Nope. Vampires versus vampires. Oh, interesting. Is that even a thing? Yeah, vampire versus vampire. What if there are more vampires just killing each other and shit? That's crazy. Well, the one vampire used to be a human. A vampire hunter, actually. Wait, what? And his hunts weren't also successful, I'm guessing. Right, so the only way he could actually defeat a vampire was to become one himself, losing his identity in the process. Is this actually part of your past? This is so brilliant. I'm like, what? Sounds like the hunter was too obsessed with his prey. I felt more like the hunter was making a noble sacrifice. I love how we're still contradicting each other. Like, maybe this hunter was obsessed and shit, and Curie's like, nah, maybe he's making a noble sacrifice. We are not compatible at all. Well, when you put it that way, I guess he was doing a justice. But at what cost? Curie takes a bite out of her apple. Could you imagine being a vampire? She shakes her head. It must suck. Really, Clef? It sucks? Curie snickers and shakes her head. Stupid puns. I swear I didn't mean to. Vampirism is a curse. Could you imagine? After the hunter becomes a vampire, he's just kinda stuck like that. He'd be dependent on blood. He'd feel alienated from his old friends and family. You know, not too different from me. Aside from the whole blood part, what if we are the vampire, the main character? Curie finishes her apple and flips back through the book. Did you know that vampires don't have reflections either? Of course I did. Soulless creatures with nothing else to live for except killing. If they're still even alive. Are vampires considered living beings? Or are they like really smart zombies? You know, that's a pretty good question. Curie's silent for a bit while she thinks. Wait, oh fuck. I have to end it here, fellas. Sorry about that. I forgot I have to work today. Shit. I'm just really enjoying this visual novel a lot. The dialogue just makes so much sense. Oh my god, I love it. So yeah, this is pretty. If you want to try to get it for yourselves, the links are in the description. That is all for today. Stay safe and take care of yourselves.